help first responders deal with equipment and infrastructure issues, which now are much more expensive and complicated, again, following the events of 9/11/2001. It's a program which is funded every year by the Department of Homeland Security spending bill, which, again, last year was passed in the fall of 2009, and part of that overall spending bill included funding for AFG, Assistance to Firefighter Grant Programs. Once that's in place, then individual departments have to submit their applications. This is a competitive grant program where departments like Shaker Pines have to come in and justify what their request is. It is an extremely competitive time right now for local communities, first responders all across the country in terms of funds that are desperately needed for everything from equipment that the firefighters actually wear to the infrastructure of buildings. And I just want to say to the chief, congratulations. This is not an easy process to go through. And I know you guys have been working on this for a long time. Congratulations on getting this $50,000 grant. And I'll be happy to turn it over to you to describe how you guys are going to use it.
Okay. Thank you, Congressman. Again, first I'd like to say, as the Congress said, it is a very competitive grant, and I'd like to give Jim Nolan, Deputy Chief here, the credit for writing the grant. He came on staff here about a year ago, and he wrote the grant for us that we're receiving this money. Again, with us today is the chairman of our commission, Raymond Aiken, who also was a chief here at Shaker Pines. But what this grant's going to do for us, it's going to allow us to put a vehicle exhaust system into our fire station. Studies are showing that long-term effects of diesel fuel and stuff to firefighters there's a greater risk for cancer with firefighters. So what we need to do is put an exhaust system in when the truck starts up. The fumes from that truck and the particulates will be exhausted out of the bay and to the outside and won't affect our firefighters. Again, our turnout gear is in the bay that we wear every day, and it was right now the fumes are deposited on that gear, and we're trying to correct that. Again, just a quote from Deputy Chief Nolan that the grant we received was $52,000, or the price of a vehicle exhaust system is $52,000, and the benefit from that is priceless to the safety of our members. So we consider ourselves very lucky to get this in the first round of these AFG grants, and we thank Congressman Courtney for coming down here today and help us make that announcement.
Good. As the chief said, that we're very happy that we received this grant. Our firefighters are exposed to dangers in their day-to-day job. They should not be exposed to any dangers here in the firehouse, and this will help us keep them safe while they're here in the firehouse. And thank you.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, the one thing about this program, and I think the chief can probably echo this, is just that, you know, right now is an extremely difficult time for local communities in terms of their own budgets, their ability to extend investments in capital expenditures is almost zero right now, and that's why, as a member of the Fire Caucus down in Washington, we are pushing hard to maintain funding for this program. We are about to go into a new budget year for 2011, and this is going to be a tough budget. As the president announced the other day, there's going to be a freeze discretionary domestic spending, which extends to the Department of Homeland Security. And I want to thank you for at least putting the spotlight on the value of the AFG program, because we're going to be about to enter into a very competitive budget phase down there. We want to make sure that this gets the most robust level of funding possible. And hopefully Shaker Pines can put in a request for more grants to, again, make sure that the town of Enfield and its people are protected to the highest degree possible.
Definitely. And again, the AFG grant is a peer review grant, and what happens when you write your grant, it goes down to the National Fire Academy in Emmitsburg, Maryland, and it's reviewed by other firefighters. We're in Region 5. We're in Region 5, so no firefighters from Region 5 will be reviewing our grants, but from other regions. So what it is firefighters looking at what other firefighters feel they need and awarding it on the merits of the needs of the fire service. So it's working out well, and hopefully that the funding will stay or increase, because we're trying to provide the same service today that we have over the past, and the funding, again, we certainly don't want to reach out to the public for more funding in these economic times. So again, we're going to keep the same service we got, or